Yes guys, welcome back. It's Monday evening, it's Monday Racing League time. We give Monday the right to exist. Yes, well, last week we had a crazy race in Miami with some carnage and some disqualifications of two drivers, Spaghet and Picard. Today we're heading over to Sanford, Netherlands for round number 12. Next week we're going to Shanghai, China. Now let's go to the track figures. We have 35 laps in total, 14 corners, 8 to the right, 6 to the left, 4.3 kilometer track length, 153 kilometer total race distance, and the current Emerald track record, an old one from season 7 from Myth, is a 109.720. And now let's have a quick look to the driver standings. Myth leading with a massive gap of 103 points. Tubera on P2 with 158 points on his total. Then we have on P3 the first Ferrari guy Tomasito with 152 points on P3. Then on P4 we have Yo-Yo, the teammate from Tomasito, the second Ferrari on P5, the teammate from Myth in the V-Carb, Zsolti, P6 the first Merc driver, GDA, P7 Wolfreen, the teammate from GDA, then on P8 we have the first Williams driver who scored a podium last time out in Miami, P3 for him there. Then we have on P9 Spaghet, the McLaren driver, P10 Champ Mute, the returning champion from season 4, as I said, on P10. Now let's go for the team standings. Here V-Carb is leading with 52 points gap to Ferrari with 316 points. On P3 we have Red Bull, on P4 the Mercedes team, on P5 the Williams team gained one position, on P6 the McLaren guys, P7 Aston Martin, P8 Alpine, P9 Haas, and on P10 we have Kick Sauber. Now let's go for the serious stuff. As always, let's go for the pod. Yeah, it was a little bit of a long introduction. We have already time on the board as well, the second one, so Picard is leading with a 110.4 for time being. On P2 currently Gianbartolomeo. Let's sit into the Ferrari from Yo-Yo. By the way, Optic and Lewis, thank you for the follow. Yo-Yo faster in sector 2. Jumps up to P2 currently. Next one to cross the finish line is Clipper in the Kick Sauber. Purple sector 1. Jumps up to P3. Now we're gonna have a teammate from Picard, Frank Tank. Jumps up to P2, so we have a 1-2 for the Williams for time being. But let's have a look to Barasot. Of course, the fastest qualifier here in the league. Nice upshifting. Very tight on this corner. Beautiful exit. Might be a very fast time already. Purple in sector 1 and sector 2. Is Smith or anybody else able to fight better today? A little bit of time lost there. Gonna be provisional pole. Yes, 109.0, 1.4 seconds faster. Yeah, nothing to add on this topic, right? Let's have a look to Samuku. Lost 3 tenths in sector 1 and 5 tenths in sector 2. Still provisional P2 for him. What can he achieve? Goes to P2. Now the leader of the driver standings, Smith. Fighting his car through the corner. Looks like he's playing a little bit with Pera. Wasn't Pera? Pera was an OP. San Bartolomeo. So the Italian boys are chatting to each other. So Myth is now going for a hot lap. But stay in this POV for the whole lap. That was a nice one. A lot of curve on the inside. Here a little bit wider. But still looks not too bad. But he lost a half a second in sector 1 already. Four tenths in sector 2. What is he doing? Looks like he won a start at the back of the field. kind of tactics we know from Ferrari, from the real world. You're currently driving with 2 yellow sector times, so yeah, he's surely not improving on this lap and has only 33% left of battery. Let's have a look to Picard. Yellow sector 1. Green sector 2. Let's have a quick weather update. Is it starting to rain or not? It looks like it's starting to get a little wetter, but it stays overcast for the whole qualifying. The car stays on P4. And hello back again, Petra. How is life? Green sector 1 for Frank Tank. As well green sector 2, so just a little bit slower than better jumps to P2, I think. Frank Tank, yeah. A 109.4. So the world looks a little bit brighter for the drivers, not 1 second or 1.4 second gap to between P1 beta and the rest of the field. It's only 4 tenths for time being. Now Myth finishing his hot lap, but yeah, I think he's just doing some training laps in the qualifying. Good to hear, Petra. So car is 1. Oof. Picard is one of the drivers who received disqualification from the last race in Miami, as well Spaghet. Spaghet not driving today. Let's go to his teammate from Picard to Frank Tank. Going into pit. What about Gianbartolomeo? Green sector 1. As well, Wolfreen is improving. Just behind Gianbartolomeo. On track behind. On table in front. P3. It's going into pit and better. 2 purple sectors. And again faster, 108.867. What is Wolfreen able to achieve? A P5 currently. But it's still a 6/10 gap between Beta and P2. Jojo on the outlap. Starting his hot lap now. It's pedal to the metal. On the longest straights on this circuit here in Zandvoort, Netherlands, into turn 1 having braking zone, but a nice turn and now beautiful turns with a little bit of banking on the right side, where Danny Ricciardo had an incident last time out in real world. Tricky blind corners here. Blind in the entrance. Was a pretty nice turn. Green sector 1. Green sector 2. Could be a P2 for the Ferrari driver. Sadly his teammate Tomasito is not driving today. He won the last Grand Prix in Miami. Is Jojo jumping up to P2, yes or no? What a difference! 17,000 separate P2 and P3. Gianbartolomeo is going into the pit to change the tires and surely going for another run. Do we have any driver on track? Yes, we have Myth driving a long stint here. 6-lap old soft tires. What is happening with his car? You see there is a lot of dirt. I never saw this before. Let's have a look to other cars. Yeah, here as well. And let's go to Wolfreen. Wolfreen just started a hot lap. No, he's still preparing because he's not using any battery. 100% battery power. But for the time being, the only driver on track. Yes, you see it on top left outlet. Yeah guys, if you are driving and want to compete in very competitive league, just join the Monday Racing League. Why not trying it? It's worth it. It's a cool group of drivers. Yeah, join please. Well, let's focus again to the hot platform Wolfreen. Green sector 1, 24.472. That's only 1/10, sorry, slower than Betta's pole time. Also here, Wolfreen is achieving a green sector 2. Could be P2, 3 or 5. So it's P4 for Wolfreen, 109.750. Yeah, we see Myth again. Yeah, unless he's doing a very fast lap now, he will start the Grand Prix at the back of the field. Well, the first driver for the final run is Sumuku. So we have 5 seconds left in the qualifying session. Everybody who started a hot lap can finish the hot lap, of course. Frank Tank currently finishing on position 2. Klika achieved the P7. Suzuki is better in the second sector, easy improving. P5 for him, Yo-Yo stays on P3, what about Beta? Stays on P1. And Gianbartolomeo is going off track. And I'm pretty sure Myth yeah, will not finish on top of the table. So we have the qualifying result. Better on P1, another pole position for the Swedish driver in the Red Bull. Frank Tank, again a good pace here as well in Zandvoort, Netherlands on P2. Then we have the Ferrari from Yo-Yo, the Austrian driver, starting the race on P3. Then the Hungarian driver Wolfreen in the Merc on P4. Sumuku 5, Gianbartolomeo P6, Klippa 7, Picard 8, and Myth starting on position 9. You missed up the last corner, Beta. Was a scary one. But still 6/10 gap between you and the rest of the field. Now it's time to refill the beer and see again the results. Got up here 1, Frank Tank 2, Yo-Yo 3, Wolfreen 4, Sumuku 5, Gianbartolomeo 6, Klippa 7, Picard 8, and Myth starting from the back. Sadly today only 9 drivers, hopefully next week we have some more again. The drivers are selecting their strategy regarding tires for the main race. Oops, Muku is out of the session. Hopefully he's back as soon as possible. Not sure if he can then choose again the setup or he has to drive with the default setup. Let's have a quick look to the tire choices the drivers made. We have 4 soft runners with Frank, Tanky, Yo-Yo, Sumuko and Picard. The rest of the field, it's not a big field as I said before. 4 runners on medium. Might be a cool race, half-half. So we have overcast weather. For time being, later on we're gonna have light cloudy weather, so I don't think it's gonna be a rain race like last time out. Was in Imola. Last race has been Miami. Let's go for the start on to the POV from Wolfreen in the Merc. So the grid is formed up. Now let's have the lights. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 lights, 5 lights. Out the way we go for racing here in Zandvoort, Netherlands, into the dunes. In the dunes, not into, hopefully. Nice battling in front. Wolfreen has been overtaken now by 2 cars. But no carnage for time being. That's a good sign to have a clear race, a good race. Without any carnage. Woof, Picard is all over the road. Let's go to the POV from Somuku. He is attacking the pole master himself. Vera lost 2 positions at the start. Currently driving on position 3. Hey, Psy Nelson. Oh, well, still in lap number 1. And in front we see already, of course, Yo-Yo is closing the gap to Frank Tank. Here as enabled after 1 lap in the F1 game. Frank Tank is going a little bit higher in the banking. Again, beautiful turns here while racing. Yeah, only 9 drivers sadly. I think it's holidays or something. Hopefully many drivers are coming back next week for China, Shanghai. Also one of my favorite tracks. I don't think that many drivers are loving that track, but I pretty like it, always good to have some action. Wow. A little slide from Frank Tank nearly costs him position 1 in the main race. Fighting his car, fighting with the traction. Again, let's have a look to the tire choices. That's why Frank Tank and Jojo now overtaking Frank Tank. That's why Berra is on position 3, driving on the medium tires. But Berra can go longer into the race, stopping later, and then I'm not sure what the strategy is. It's medium hard or soft hard or whatever. We will see later on. And Jojo, the Ferrari, now leading the race. And looks like Somuku is driving with default setup. Did he have any damage? Quickly need to check the telemetry stuff. Sorry. We are back again, and I do have telemetry again. And Berra now close the gap between him and Frank Tank. Berra with the fastest lap of 1:11.655. See the current record, a 1:09.720. And Somuku is rage quitting the game. Wow. Close driving. Very close driving. Let's sit into the cockpit from Berra. Oh, nearly lost the car. Now it's momentum from Berra to overtake Frank Tank as well. Jojo. So Berra is flying with the help of DRS, of course, and surely also some battery power, but the fight is going on here between the Williams and the Ferrari. Side by side. Oi! Oof. Lost front wing from Jojo. It's hard to turn the car now. I feel with Jojo. Let's go back to position 3 now. Myth started position 9, driving on position 3. I was asking the question, if Myth is winning today and going for the fastest lap, can he be the champion of Season 9 already? Because he's leading with 103 points in the driver standings. Yeah, there are 138 points on the board for the next races until the end of the season. Myth is having a gap of 103, so we have 35 points he needs to score, and then he's the private champion of Season 9. So most likely he's not winning the championship title today, but if it's... well, it looks good to have the driver champion title already next week in China, Shanghai. Wait, right now Picard is driving on position 3. What about these drivers here? Bartolomeo and Wolfreen are fighting. Finally, Wolfreen is overtaking Bartolomeo. Just before the long straight, so might be more or less an easy overtake for Bartolomeo again with the help of DRS. Easy set, easy done. Bartolomeo back on position 5, sorry. And also Clipper not far away from these two drivers. Only 1 second behind now, Bartolomeo. So he's within the DRS second. Now a little bit slower through that corner there. 1.1, 1.2 seconds gap now. Let's have a look through the Williams drivers, Picard and Frank Tank. I think Picard will overtake Frank Tank. These two drivers work together and then finally talk about who is claiming the podium. Is it Frank Tank or is it Picard? We're just in lap number 9 of 36, so it's still a long race, a long distance to go. Normally we have around 150 kilometers per race. You see the Sanford champion Spaghet is not driving today. He won here in Sanford already 3 times, then we had once GDA. Last season we didn't drove on this track. We're gonna see again a swap between the Williams drivers. Frank Tank again in front of the car. There is still a 4.3 second gap between Myth and Frank Tank. And if we look to the performance from Beta, it looks like he has more or less an easy Monday evening cruise. 3 seconds, now 3.1 seconds gap. But let's see later on. We checked again. I always forget the tires the drivers have. I want to show it to you. If the 2 top runners are driving on medium tires, yellow tires, And Frank, Tank and Picard on the soft tires. Let's have a quick look to the usage. We have 21% of usage in the front. Opera 16 in the back. Then we have the soft runners with 34% usage, so that's 13% more. Then Bera on P1, and also in the back the drivers Frank, Tank and Picard have more or less 10% more usage. I don't know how long they will be able to drive on the soft tires. The gap stays more or less the same, around 3 seconds, 3 seconds between Bera and Myth. And I think the most fun stuff for watching the stream is currently here. It's always nice that the drivers are driving in the close proximity. Time to refill the beer already. By the way, as I said last time out, if you have any questions for the interview, let me know. Just write them into the chat and I will ask the driver, whoever it is. Of course, you need to be on the podium to get an interview. Being Wolfreen stays behind Bartolomeo. So Yo-Yo went for an early pit stop. Now driving the hard rubber, 5 laps all tire. Let's keep an eye on his pace. 26.1. Bera is driving 25.5 in the first sector. (25.1) in second sector, so yeah, Yo-Yo is equaling sector 2 times with more or less new hard rubber tire. Have a quick look to the battery. Yeah, Gian Bartolomeo and Wolfreen have more or less 60% of battery. Well, it's not a too interesting Grand Prix for time being. Had some nice laps at the start. Now Frank Tank went into the pit, changing to the medium tires, so he will go 21 laps on the mediums. Let's see when Beta is coming into pit. As well, Myth driving on the medium soft strategy. Or maybe also on the medium hard. We don't know yet. And as I said, today is Zandvoort, Netherlands. Next week we're flying to China, to Shanghai. And then we're gonna have a very exciting race in Monaco. Gonna be a lot of carnage there. Hopefully many drivers are attending to this Grand Prix, to the legendary Monaco Grand Prix. Then we're gonna go for the final round to Austria, to Spielberg, the home from Jojo. Of Jojo, from Jojo. You know what I mean? Let's go back again to the cars who drive closest on track currently. Wolfreen and Bartolomeo. It's really not much happening at the moment. So time for drinking. By the way, how was the start into the new week, San Nelson? Petra? Hope you had a good start, everybody. And if you have questions, just write. By the way, the Emerald superstar Timo is currently falling asleep. He's not joining the stream today. Gian Bartolomeo is going for the overtake into turn 1. Frank Tank receives a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings for corner cutting, and 10 seconds speeding in pit lane. What is he doing? He was on a podium, the way on the for a podium. Changing the front wing. Okey-dokey. He scored a podium in Miami. Today it most likely doesn't look like podium again, but maybe his teammate, the car. Let's have a look who already pitted. We have Beta pitted, driving 13 seconds behind Myth on position 2. Then we have Jojo with 1 stop. Lipa as well, 2 stops for Frank Tank and 2 stops for Picard, so Yeah, we don't see any Williams on the podium for time being, but it's still a long race. We're in lap 19 of 36. So when is Myth going into pit? Is he staying out? Also the next lap. Let's sit on board to see if he has some troubles or not. You can see the age of the tires. 18 laps old medium tires for Myth, 2 laps old hard tires. And Beta is driving 4 tenths faster than Myth in sector 1. We most likely see a fastest lap here from Beta. Not yet. Beautiful turns from Beta. Taking a lot of curb there. Thus for you guys. On the right side, do you see the team standings? Currently B-Carb leading ahead of Ferrari and Red Bull. On P4 we have the Mercedes team on 5, Williams 6 McLaren, 7 Aston Martin, 8 Alpine, 9 Haas and 10 Kick Sauber. And Myth still out there. Gianbartolomeo is going into pit now. So only Wolfreen and Myth need to come in to pit to finalize the obligate pit stop. Gianbartolomeo on the soft rubber tires for 15 laps. It's very long stint on the soft ones. I think that's also the strategy from Myth later going on to the soft rubber. Because Beta is driving currently on the hard rubber tires. At 10.4 seconds gap between Myth and Beta. I haven't thought that we see such a strategy game today. It'd be much nicer if more drivers are driving. But yeah, you need to drive to win. If you don't drive, you don't win. Not even a point if you don't drive. What a quote. Now Wolfreen went into the pit, also on the soft tires. Stayed out a little bit longer, now back on track, just behind 1.6 seconds, 1.8 seconds behind Gianbartolomeo. But with the fresher tires, 2 laps fresher. And the gap is getting a little bit bigger. And also Myth came in now. Also fitted the soft rubber tires, the red ones. Let's see the gap after he entered the game again. Can Myth close a gap of 10 seconds? Myth on soft tires. Better on hard tires. Better's hard tires already 7 laps old. But I'm pretty sure we're gonna see some very fast laps later on. I think in 2 laps time, maybe also the track record is in danger. The current track record from Myth is a 1:09.720. Currently the fastest lap on track is a 1:11.655. Lipa went very wide into the corner. Still 11 laps to go, so it's a very long Grand Prix. With only one long straight. One of the shorter tracks in the calendar. And between Gianbartolomeo and Wolfreen, we see the gap remains more or less 2 seconds. So the Italian driver in the Alpine, Gianbartolomeo, can squeeze out everything of the soft rubber tires, the soft red ones. Even if Wolfreen has 2 laps fresher tires, so we have a 1:10.277. Track record is still a half a second faster. And I asked you the question, is Myth able to close the gap of 10 seconds? Currently the gap is 7.8 seconds, so Myth is on a hunt. 10 laps to go, 8 seconds gap. And Gianbartolomeo currently driving on the podium position. what is happening with Klippa. He just drove into the wall, maybe lost a little bit the car, and then drove into the wall in the final turn. On the way to the long straight into turn 1. Well, turn 1 was after 1000, after 1 kilometer. So we have a virtual safety car. We will see also a safety car. So this will mix up everything new again. It would be nice to have a safety car now, but I don't think we're gonna have one. No. Stays a normal virtual safety car, and the gap between Vera and Myth is currently on 6.6 seconds, 6.7. Cooling a little bit the tires. Now 8.1 second gap between Vera and Myth. 9 seconds gap. Okay. Now green flags again. .3 seconds, still 6.3 seconds for Myth to catch up to Vera, to fight for the win here in Zandvoort. .6 seconds. The gap is coming down, and the gap between Jojotschl and Wolfreen, as I said before, remains more or less stable. 2 seconds. Now 1.9 seconds gap between P3 and P4. And still 7 laps to go. Yeah, a little bit boring to have such big gaps between the drivers, so I don't know what to show. Well, I can show every driver with a special screen time. Some on-air time now for Picard. Well, I'm pretty sure one of the Williams drivers will opt for a late pit stop again to achieve the fastest lap award of 1 point, and maybe also a track record. I think that's the only topic in question today. Do we see a new track record, yes or no? Currently 109.720 from season 7. From Myth is the fastest lap here in the league. Let's have a look to Picard skills. Again, it's Frank Tank, not Picard. always mix up these two drivers because they are driving so close. Always one position ahead or in the back. We've been before at Picard's POV. Now just switch to Frank Tank and say Picard again. Pretty sorry, guys. Now let's circle through the field. Let's have a look to Yo-Yo in the beautiful in red held Ferrari. Beautiful red Ferrari. Oh, Ferrari red. And thank you, Sim Racing God. We have again a battle. Wolfreen has catched up the gap of 2 seconds, now close to Gianbartolomeo, 0.3 seconds behind the Italian driver. So these two drivers are fighting for the podium position as well. We see in front P1 and P2 only separated by 2.2 seconds. Better now pushing us. See sector 1, he has been 1/10 slower than mid, and sector 2 he has been 1/10 faster. So these two drivers are driving more or less in equal performance now. Like a hell of a ride for mid to win this Grand Prix. The time is going fast, guys. We have 3 laps left here in Zandvoort. Not a too spectacular race, but hopefully we have a showdown the final 3 laps of the race in Netherlands. Now it's time to recharge the battery. Let's have a look to the battery. We have 85% on Wolfreen's car, then Gianbartolomeo driving currently with close to 60%, so a little bit of an advantage for Wolfreen. Also in front, the gap is coming down 1.2 seconds, so we're gonna have a showdown at the end of the race. It's just 2 more laps now. Lap 35 and 36. Is Wolfreen going for an overtake? Yes, he is overtaking now Gianbartolomeo. I'll quickly open up the statistics to see something special. Click on overview, so let's have a look through. Some figures. The Wolfreen scored a P2. Is he able to stay in front? No. Gianbartolomeo is overtaking Wolfreen again. But we're in lap 35, so 1 lap more. So Wolfreen scored a P2 in the sprint race Imola. So this might be his first podium on the main Grand Prix. Of course, there is we missed the overtake from Myth against Beta. Now into the final lap, Beta again in front of Myth. Let's say on this battle for the for this lap, and then quickly hop over to the battle for the podium between Gianbartolomeo and Wolfreen. So Myth overtook Beta into turn 1, then had maybe some slight problems, and then Beta came back, leading the Grand Prix. Now 0.5 seconds gap, 0.35 seconds, 0.3. I'm gonna see a drag race. Let's hit into the cockpit from Myth for the final turn. Is he able to overtake Beta onto the finish line, applying battery power now? Gonna be a very, very, very close one. Who is winning the Grand Prix? It's Myth. Myth won the Grand Prix. 7,000. Now we're gonna see some carnage between Gianbartolomeo and Wolfreen. What an end of the Grand Prix. 7,000 separate Myth and Beta. It's like in the esports with 3,000 between was it Otmare and not Otmare? Yeah, Otmare and Otis Lawrence. But now back to Wolfreen and Gianbartolomeo. Looks like Wolfreen can secure his first podium in the main race. Yes, Wolfreen on the podium for the first time in the main Grand Prix. P1 Myth, P2 Beta, P3 Wolfreen for Gianbartolomeo. Then we have P5 Jojo. Then on P6 we have Frank Tank, P7 Picard, Clippa DNFing and Samuku as well. What a finish. What a finish. Let's let them celebrate here. A little breather before the interviews. So we haven't seen a new track record, but the fastest lap point goes to Myth to Naples in Italy on P1, then P2 Beta, Swedish driver, then on P3 the Merc driver Wolfreen from Hungary, P4 goes to Italy to Gianbartolomeo, P5 Jojo in the Ferrari, P6 Frank Tank in the Williams, P7 Picard in the Williams, and then P8 and P9 Clippa and Samuku. Not many incidents, okay. That was it. Now let's go for the interviews. As you always know, I need some preparation time. Changing the headphones. Hello, unbelievable. We just heard these final words. Yeah, that was it for today's stream, and yeah, hopefully you're joining next week as well. We're going for China and hopefully having a little bit more exciting race than today, having more drivers, and yeah, finishing on a high or starting on a high into the next week. So I wish you a happy week, guys. Take care and see you next week. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.